Welcome to today's video from Coin Old Library, where we dive deep into the world of American coins, their history, their minting background, and of course, their present-day value in the collector's market. In this episode, we are going to talk about the 1985 United States 5-cent coin, more popularly known as the Jefferson nickel. Many collectors are curious about this particular year because it comes with mintages from different mints, including the Denver Mint with AD mark, the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, and even the San Francisco proof coins. Today, we will carefully examine especially the 1985 D. Jefferson nickel as well as the 1985 without mint mark Philadelphia issue, exploring the mintage numbers, design features, errors and varieties, grading conditions, and most importantly, the value these coins hold in today's market in dollars. The 5-cent coin of the United States features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This design was introduced in 1938 and remained in circulation for decades, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American history. By 1985, the coin had already been in circulation for nearly half a century. On the obverse side, the coin shows Jefferson's bust facing left, designed by Felix Schlag, with the motto "In God We Trust" placed on the left, Liberty on the right along with the date. On the reverse side, we find Jefferson's home Monticello, a neoclassical building that represents Jefferson's vision and legacy, with the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, United States of America, and E Pluribus Unum. The design is simple but iconic, and even though billions of these coins were struck over the years, small differences, errors, and conditions can make some examples much more valuable than others. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 705 million nickels, while the Denver Mint produced nearly 580 million nickels bearing the D Mint mark. Together, this means that well over 1 billion nickels were released into circulation during that year. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof coins with around 3 million struck, which were specially made for collectors and not for general circulation. Because of such high mintage numbers, most 1985 nickels are considered common, and circulated examples usually trade only for face value. However, the real story begins when we consider condition, errors, and special grades. LT start with the 1985 without mint mark. These were minted in Philadelphia, and unlike earlier years, Philadelphia coins after 1980 generally do not carry the P mint mark on nickels. That's why the coin appears without a mint mark, but it is still correctly identified as the Philadelphia issue. If you happen to have a 1985 nickel without mint mark in worn or circulated condition, its value is typically 5 cents, just its face value. However, if your coin is in uncirculated condition, especially in higher grade certified by PCGS or in GC, then the value increases. For example, a 1985 nickel in mint state 65 can be valued between $1 to $3, while mint state 67 examples can bring $10 to $20. At the very top, an MS-68 example has sold for hundreds of dollars in auction because of its rarity in that pristine condition. Now let's talk about the 1985 D nickel minted in Denver. This coin carries a small letter D mint mark on the right side of Monticello, on the reverse. Again, because hundreds of millions were minted, circulated examples usually only hold face value. But just like the Philadelphia issue, condition matters greatly. A typical uncirculated 1985 D nickel in MS-65 can sell for about $1 to $3, while MS-67 coins can fetch $15 to $40. The highest graded examples, such as MS-68, are quite rare and have been auctioned for values ranging from $200 to $400, depending on eye appeal, strike quality, and demand from collectors. Errors and varieties are another exciting part of the 1985 nickel series. Collectors often search for double die obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets. For example, a 1985 nickel showing strong doubling on the date or lettering can be worth significantly more, sometimes $50 to a few $100 depending on how dramatic the doubling is. Off-center errors where part of the design is missing because the blank planchet was struck incorrectly can also be valuable, with prices ranging from $20 to several hundred depending on the percentage of the off-center strike. Coins with broad strikes, partial collars, or die breaks are also sought after by error specialists and these can sell for more than regular examples. Another thing collectors often look at is the overall strike quality. Some 1985 nickels come with weak strikes where details in Jefferson's hair or Monticello steps are not sharp. Others have full steps on Monticello, which is an important designation for Jefferson nickels. Full steps, often abbreviated as FS, refers to a coin where all 6 steps at the base of Monticello are fully visible without major interruptions. This detail is very rare on many nickels, and coins that qualify as full steps can command a large premium. For the 1985 nickel, a coin graded MS-67 with full steps can be worth hundreds or even over $1,000, depending on demand at auction. Proof coins from San Francisco deserve a quick mention as well. These were struck with mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs, packaged and sold to collectors in proof sets. A typical 1985 S-proof nickel is worth around $1 to $3 if common, but high-grade deep cameo proofs, especially those graded PR70, can be worth $50 to $100. Though the majority are affordable, the top-graded coins still attract competitive bidding. Now, when we talk about today's market value in dollars, we need to consider 3 categories: circulated, uncirculated, and rare error or high-grade coins. Circulated examples, both from Philadelphia and Denver, generally trade at face value of 5 cents. Uncirculated examples can range from $1 to $10 depending on grade. High-grade certified coins, especially MS-67 and MS-68, can go for between $50 to several $100s. Proof coins average a few dollars, but perfect examples can reach into the higher ranges. Rare error coins, especially dramatic off-center strikes or strong double dies, can bring in $50, $100, or even more dollars. The 1985 nickel, whether D or without mint mark, is a coin that is very common in circulation even today, but the treasure lies in searching for the exceptional piece. Many collectors enjoy hunting through rolls of nickels from the bank, hoping to find an uncirculated example, a coin with full steps, or an unusual error. It reminds us that even a coin worth 5 cents can hold surprises worth much more to a collector. So, in summary, if you have a 1985 nickel without mint mark in circulated condition, its value is typically 5 cents. If it is in uncirculated condition, it may be worth $1 to $10, with top-graded examples fetching hundreds. If you have a 1985 D nickel, the situation is similar. Circulated coins are face value. Uncirculated coins are a few dollars, and rare high-grade coins or full-step designations can be worth hundreds. Proof coins from San Francisco are usually $1 to $3, but perfect deep cameo coins can bring $50 to $100. Error coins are where the real excitement lies, sometimes bringing values of hundreds of dollars depending on rarity and demand. Coins like the 1985 nickel remind us that coin collecting is not just about the face value of money, but about history, design, rarity, and the thrill of finding something special. Whether you are just beginning your coin collection or you are an experienced numismatist, the 1985 Jefferson nickel is a coin worth knowing about. Even though billions were made, the challenge is to find the highest grade, the perfect strike, or the rare error that makes your coin stand out. That is where the true collector's value comes in. Thank you for staying with Coin Old Library as we explored the 1985 Jefferson nickel in detail. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Keep checking your change, keep learning, and who knows, you might just discover a treasure in your pocket. This is Coin Old Library, and I'll see you in the next video. Coins are a few dollars, and rare high-grade coins or full-step designations can be worth hundreds. Proof coins from San Francisco are usually $1 to $3, but perfect deep cameo coins can bring $50 to $100. Error coins are where the real excitement lies, sometimes bringing values of hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. Coins like the 1985 nickel remind us that coin collecting is not just about the face value of money, but about history, design, rarity, and the thrill of finding something special. Whether you are just beginning your coin collection or you are an experienced numismatist, the 1985 Jefferson nickel is a coin worth knowing about. Even though billions were made, the challenge is to find the highest grade, the perfect strike, or the rare error that makes your coin stand out. That is where the true collector's value comes in. Thank you for staying with Coin Old Library as we explored the 1985 Jefferson nickel in detail. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Keep checking your change, keep learning, and who knows, you might just discover a treasure in your pocket. This is Coin Old Library, and I'll see you in the next video.